Welcome back, everybody, to the Sheer Brilliance podcast. What I want to do is go back, right? The Golden State Warriors are in the finals right now, and they're doing big things. Boston is in the finals right now. They're doing big things. And New York Knicks, we're trying to get there. But this video, or this reaction to my own video, some egotistical shit I know, is to kind of really point out that I said in March that the New York Knicks is on the same building trajectory that the Golden State Warriors were on. All right? So what I want to do is this is the video directly after our big win in Portland. Okay? And I'm going to fast forward to the time where I tell all of us Knicks fans, pay attention to the Golden State Warriors. Watch a video on how they built their dynasty and tell me you don't see parallels with our squad. So I'm going to shut up and I'm going to go to that point, and then I'm going to make some comments at certain points in the video. I promise this ain't going to be crazy long. Provide stability. For those of you out there who are parents, whether your moms or your dads, if you're parents, you know that your child may buck against it, but they absolutely thrive when there is stability, when there are rules, when there is a direction that is set. And when there is repercussions for whatever it is you're not doing. You know what I mean? And it seems just like our young cats are thriving and they're eating, man. And I absolutely just love to see it. I want to leave you guys with this. I was watching on YouTube a phenomenal video, right? And I was just looking at our young players and I'm like, man, I'm looking at Grimes on the bench. We had that type of performance. And once again, I know the team that we played. I'm not getting crazy.
This was Portland.
We had that type of performance, and I was so impressed by our young players. And then I look, and I'm like, and we got Grimes on the bench.
Bro, deep with young
and there
players.
Is, I'm going to put it in the description. There is a video that is made on YouTube, and I'll get the guy's name.
His name is Dylan Does Basketball.
How
Dylan Does
Golden State
Basketball.
Warriors became a dynasty, how they built their dynasty. And I watched this video, and I really want to recommend that all the Knicks fans go check this video out because it was very well done.
It was
very
excellent.
Well done, and I'll put the video in the job.
Great job.
I'll put the video in the description of this video as well. I'll put the title in the video. But it will remind you that when we think of the Golden State Warriors now, and if you're a relatively new Knicks fan and you don't know about the history of how the Golden State Warriors came to be what they were, a dynasty, you got to go check this video, man, because it reminds you that they didn't have a number one draft pick.
They did.
You know what I mean? They were the New York Knicks at that time. They had years of mediocrity.
Facts.
Of poor play and being in the doldrums.
Facts.
They had one championship that was like back in the 60s or something or the 70s along those lines.
They also had the TMC
Same as
era.
The New York Knicks. And they, had a change in ownership. That ain't never going to happen.
We know damn well that ain't happening.
It could be a change in ownership or a change in ownership attitude, as we have.
Facts.
Where he's allowing the front office that he brought in to come in and do what they're supposed to do.
We can't get mad at him
and
for
they
it.
brought in a front office where the front office was on the same page as ownership. And I remember they were torn between keeping Steph Curry, who consistently was getting injured, or keeping Monty Ellis, who was tearing up the league at that time. You know what I mean? And the Golden State Warriors fans love Monty Ellis.
Bro,
as rightfully they should have, because he was beasted.
Facts.
You know what I mean? He was athletic. He was a scorer.
Facts. All facts.
You know what I mean? He had you gotta believe. Like buzzing.
That was their theme that year.
Baron Davis. Prior to that, they were buzzing. So it was huge when that front office looked at it and said, "Okay, which one do we keep and go with and commit to?" And initially, they were going to trade Steph Curry.
Yo, they were.
According to that video, and I remember it once I saw it, they were going to trade Steph Curry to the Milwaukee Bucks.
Facts.
Am I bugging?
Nope.
No, I'm not. They were
You're
going to
not.
trade Steph Curry to the Milwaukee Bucks.
I remember wanting him. I was just like,
And
we
then
couldn't
they thought
draft him,
better
but
of
let's
it,
see if we could
and
trade
they
for him.
sent Monty Ellis to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the other part, the other
Dodged
time
a
they were going
missile.
to make a trade that could have completely thrown their future off course was they were going to trade Klay Thompson. And Jerry West, who was with them at the time, said, if you trade Klay Thompson, I'm leaving.
Man, everybody
He was
needs a
just like,
Jerry
if you
West.
trade Klay Thompson, I'm out. So you better keep him and keep these two together.
Facts.
So little by little, it was one move that led to another. And then they had David Lee. So they traded for David Lee. You know
We
what I mean?
traded them David Lee.
Was a pivotal piece to that team, but then he caught an injury.
That's
And
right.
then their rookie, Draymond Green, stepped in and was able to play that role. So once again, it's like if you watch that documentary,
That's
you
like Obi
know
and Julius.
that you had everything that you needed.
When
on the
Julius got
team.
injured and
once
Obi
you
stepped
started
in,
winning, other people started paying attention. And then Iguodala was like, you know what? As a free agent, I want to sign there.
yep.
So it's so crazy that nobody was checking for the Golden State Warriors, but they were kind of looking at what they had. I'm going to develop this here. Steph Curry didn't become Steph Curry until year 4.
Yo, facts.
He had seasons where he was battling ankle injuries. They say he had no ankles.
Facts.
There was a question about giving him a contract.
Like
They-
we are
they
with
were
RJ.
considering if he was a max player.
We saying the same thing about RJ.
It's so crazy. So I was blown away by that video, and I'm like, man,
Too
you
many
can watch
parallels.
that video and see the parallels.
Too
Once
many of
again,
them.
I'm sounding delusional.
I'm not
Watch
delusional.
this video and you'll see. Because I was looking at that video and I said, why can't Grimes be Klay Thompson?
Yo, why can't he?
Why can't Grimes be Klay Thompson? Why can't IQ be a knockoff Steph Curry?
Why can't he?
Until
In year
he's
4,
the IQ.
the real IQ.
You know what I mean? Why can't Obi Toppin be Iguodala? Why
He's gonna
can't
be better than Iguodala.
Why can't Julius be Julius?
Why can't Julius be
RJ,
traded?
If I'm putting in somebody else, why can't RJ be a Jimmy Butler or a James Harden?
That's foul. I'm sorry, Julius. I'm sorry. I don't mean that.
Like, why
You're talented,
can't it
bro.
be us? But once you watch that documentary through, it's going to give you this feeling that there's too many parallels that I see with their young team and our young team.
Bro.
And how you have to go through highs and lows in order to become who you're supposed to become.
Facts.
Man, I think we have the players.
Bro,
And
we
this
have
is like
the
year 3
players.
for a lot of them. That's unheard of.
That's
in New
right.
York. If
Talk
any
your
of these
stuff.
players that we have get the second contract, that's unheard of. If Mitch gets re-signed, I think he might be the first since Charlie Ward to get
We've
re-upped
kept
on
and
a
developed
contract
our
with the New York
players.
Knicks.
Come on.
And then RJ is going to be up. And you know RJ's a max.
Got to give him the max, man.
Bro, I don't know, man, but I'm gonna put that video in the description.
Dylan does basketball.
Listen, I really think it's a great video. They went from laughing stock to dynasty. So why can't that be us?
Why can't it be
I
us?
think we're overdue.
We are overdue.
So keep in mind, same thing applies to life as applies to our team.
Man,
There's
follow
no
this guy. He
struggle,
knows
there
what
is
he's
no
talking about.
darkness.
And he loves the
And
Knicks.
last but not least, we're here. And we got next.
We got next.
Thank you for watching the Knicks Daily edition of the Sheer Brilliance podcast. Have a great day. Enjoy your day. It's a beautiful day out here in Indiana. Hopefully, it's a beautiful day where you are as well. I'm out.
Beautiful day. So I want to thank you guys for sitting through that. Basically, for the most part, watch the video. So many parallels. And I'm excited to watch these two teams, Golden State Warriors versus the Boston Celtics, because, man, they built it from the ground up. They built it from the ground up. It was as a result of trades how they got to the teams, but not, I mean, as a result of trading of picks, not players. You know what I mean? So that's a beautiful thing to see, man. And one last thing to add, bro. 3 years in with Leon Rose as president. Bruh, I'm the most patient Knicks fan in the world. I defend Tibbs. I love the solid, methodical, having some foresight type of moves that the front office has done. But that time is done. The honeymoon is over. Leon, you're on the clock. You're on the clock. You need a signature move. All right? What is your signature move? Is it going to be a trade up to the top 5? Is it going to be a flip and a trade for an all-star? Is it going to be a nice little way to finagle getting 2 number 1 picks in this year's draft? What are you going to do? What is your signature move? Because we're going into year 4 now, and your time is up. You need a signature move. I'm the most patient, but it's time to see action.